Hey, I'm Paulie with JP Cycles. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the kickstand spring on your Harley Davidson. For this video, I decided to use my old beat up Road King. The bike has 100,000 miles on it and it actually needs a kickstand spring. You can see the spring's a little bit worn out. I see people all the time, they'll pop the spring off if they're getting their bike off the trailer or whatever, going to a rally, and they can't figure out how to get the spring back on. They have vice grips clamped on and they will fight and fight and fight trying to get that spring on. I'm going to show you the easy way to do this. It only takes a couple of minutes. Pretty much only need an 11/16 socket and a ratchet. Take the kickstand, put it forward, put the socket over the nut on the top of the kickstand and break loose. And if your old spring is as weak as mine, you can pop it right off. Now take the new spring from J&P Cycles and move the Jiffy stand forward. You can hook it right into the frame. And now, just slide that back. You can see how much more positive the spring is. It actually has tension now. All that's left to do is tighten up the nut. So you can see that is a lot better. It's got so much more tension now. I'm not gonna have to worry about that dragging every time I go through a curve. Ever since I lowered it, I put some burley shocks on the back, slammed the rear end down. Now, every time I go through a curve, this thing was dragging. This is gonna keep it up tight. I'm not gonna have to worry about that anymore. All right, well now you know the easy way to install the kickstand spring. Now, what happens if you're going down the road and the spring falls off? You go through a curve. I've had this happen before. I had a really low soft tail one time. Went through a curve, the spring popped off. Nothing I could do. I was screwed. Going down the highway, kickstand's trying to drag. You don't want that because if it locks into place, well, that's an accident waiting to happen. So, J&P has a nice little piece that's an emergency kickstand holder. This is a great little piece. It's not that expensive. Keep it in the saddlebag or go ahead and install on your bike just in case you ever have that issue. I'm just gonna pry this open and slide it over my frame rail. All right. Now, get an idea of where the stand is going to be. I'll slide this forward a little more. And that's going to hold my stand in place if I'm in an emergency situation. I'm not going to leave this on my bike though, so I'm not going to go through that, but it is really simple. You just put that bolt right through the top, put the washer on, and tighten up the nut. This is one of those parts that you don't really think about until the time comes where you need it. I didn't even know they made these until just recently. That's why I wanted to show it to you when I was doing the kickstand spring installation. For the little bit of space it's going to take up in your saddlebag, it's worth it if you need it. If the time comes when you need the spring, you'll be thankful you had one. I'm Paulie with J&P Cycles. Ride them, don't hide them, and ride it like you can fix it.